How could you tell if a girl is flirting or just being nice? Here's an original copy of /u/Throra 1,001,929's post. If available, I am 18, have known this girl, F19, for a few years. We are decent friends, but met from mutual friends. We graduated last year. When we were still in high school, I asked her to prom, but she said she'd only wanna go as friends. We haven't seen each other since then, but I ran into her a few days ago when I was with one of my friends at the gym. She said I look different, but in a good way. After that, I texted her asking if she was doing anything over the weekend. She said she was working, but was free Friday. We came up with a plan, then she said one of our mutual friends can tag along cause he was free. I'm not sure if this was her way of saying it's not a date or something. Her and our friend, a guy, drove together. My other friend said that they are not dating though. When we all hung out, she said that I look buff now. I've been working out a little bit, but haven't much recently. I'm not sure if she might like me or if she's just being nice. I'm a bot, and this action was performed automatically. Please contact the moderators of this subreddit /message/compose/to=r/askmen if you have any questions or concerns. You can't tell. From this interaction I would presume she was just being nice. Keep on upgrading brother and don't stay fixated on the nonsense. He should look into other people. Do his thing, not stay hung up on the other stuff. I think she's just being nice. To me, her inviting a mutual friend to a get together with you is a way to signal that she sees you as a friend and not someone she wants to spend one-on-one time with. The only signs that I think might mean something are her saying I look different in a good way and that I look buff, which can mean exactly nothing. All you have to do is flirt back. If she responds in a positive way, up the intensity. If it's negative, you fall back. You have a push the line. I suck at flirting, and we've never hung out alone, only with other friends. Think about having fun and it'll come naturally. I'm about to be 19, and I've never had a relationship or a date. I doubt it's just gonna happen. Yeah, right, it's not just going to happen on its own. I'd love to take you on a date. No pressure. But I'd love to explore if we have chemistry. If she says no, move on and find someone else to ask out that you're not attached to, like a cute barista. That way it's not awkward that she rejected you. She doesn't feel obligated to keep you at arm's length. You don't mention it again and can stay friends knowing that you missed, and can move on to people who actually dig you. Otherwise you're going to be doing mental gymnastics forever. Remember, a date doesn't mean a relationship and doesn't have to culminate in something grand. It's just to see if you vibe in a dedicated mindset of potentially being partners outside of a friendship. Seems like she's being nice. Don't lose sight of the goal though. Just keep working out. She's being nice. She is not flirting with you. The mutual friend tagging along is the biggest clue. Because if she was interested in you, he would not be there. The signs you see are just compliments, and girls use them all the time. Start throwing some back and grow your confidence. Women find that attractive. A woman who is interested will try to spend one-on-one time with you, but will ask you in a subtle way if she's shy. It's harder to tell if she's extroverted, but in my experience she'll be more upfront with flirting with you. So stay aware of one-on-one activities and you'll be solid. I'm texting her and we are talking about planning something. Cause she only has a few days of work this week. I asked if she'd be down to plan something. Should I try to make a move and ask if it could just be us? Or just hang with the whole group again? I think she was just being nice. Pro tip, if a woman invites someone else on a hangout with you, it's not a date. You should post this in Ask Women, if there is one. We have no clue, even if we think we know, and even if we are right. Women have no clue either. One woman thinks she gave clear signs. Why is he so oblivious? And another says it was obvious. I was just being nice. Ugh, why are guys such creeps? The only reliable way to find out if she is flirting is to ask her out. You'll find out when she says yes, or ooh, no, apostrophe, truth. There really are too many variables here. Try complimenting her next time. Like she has such a thoughtfully picked outfit or something personal. Also, you had a good time while hanging out last time. You would like to invite her for a coffee. She might not yet be into you, but if she finds you hot and nice she may very well entertain the idea. She said her last day of work is Wednesday, so I asked if she'd wanna plan something after that. She just texted back and said yay sure. Should I maybe ask if it could be just the two of us or not yet? Just invite her for something and go from there. If you say that you want to be one-on-one, that defo sends the message that you want to be on a date. I just texted her asking if she wants to see if anyone else wants to. If she says something like yeah, I was gonna ask, and then I'm guessing that's a no. If she says something like I'm not sure, should I say that I was gonna see if the two of us could do something? I just don't wanna make things weird. Do you think she might like me even though she rejected me last year? 19-year-old women are some of the biggest time wasters. Enjoy the interaction, but don't put too much thought into it. Well, I've never dated anyone, so I'm just trying to have some experience before I'm like 30. That's the neat part you don't. Since she asked the other guy to tag along, then she's just friends. Congratulations op. You have a sweet friend that is willing to include you in her spare time with her other friends, in this case, mutual friends /view 200D. She isn't currently flirting. No way would someone invite a third party if they had the chance to hang out one-on-one with someone they liked. The good news is it doesn't change your approach. Be flirty, but not too forward with it, while maintaining an air of you don't matter to me. Start inviting her to group stuff, but spend most of your time talking to other people. The most attractive thing you can do is basically demonstrate your life is awesome without them in it. She said her last day of work is Wednesday, so I asked if she'd wanna plan something after that. She just texted back and said yay sure. Should I maybe ask if it could be just the two of us or not yet? You have to become a mind reader. And BTW. She isn't flirting with you. Sorry bruv. You don't think so? I'm just confused because she said I look buff and different now. I know that I don't look good, so IDK why she said that. Just from what you've said, it sounds like she is complimenting you on something physical that she can see that you have improved, but that doesn't mean that she is interested. If she was, she wouldn't have brought that mutual friend as a buffer between you two. And I'm sure you look great. Keep making them gains. I just wanna have some kind of dating experience. What do I do? I'm gonna be 19 and have no experience. Never even been on a date. Anytime I feel like a girl might like me, I'm wrong. She's playing the plausible deniability game. Something that if she gets called on by some guy she wants to date, like the guy she drove with, she can easily defend as just being friendly, but also would get just enough of your attention to keep you as a potential she's flirting and being nice at the same time. You're a maybe few really care. You can push by negging her harder, give her strong compliments, etc. She'll then have to declare herself one way or the other, like when a salesman pushes a customer to figure out if they are in the market or just bluffing to check prices out. If you don't care, and you shouldn't, focus on working hard / smart at the gym without living there, and get sociable with other girls and friend groups as much as possible. Compliment her still every so often, just with the same level stuff she's offering. Your dress is cute, etc. But don't thirst after her. Don't initiate every request to hang out. She said her last day of work is Wednesday, so I asked if she'd wanna plan something after that. She just texted back and said yay sure. Should I maybe ask if it could be just the two of us or not yet? No, don't. Just give her a general timeline of when you'd be available and wait to hear back from her. Yeah sure sounds like I won't say no to a free meal. It sounds like she was just genuinely nice. You both didn't see each other for quite some time and now you look kinda different, better, so she let you know. But haven't seen you in a long time could also be a reason to bring someone else when meeting up for the first time in years. Maybe you changed and became a creep, so better to have someone else with her this time. Only way to find out is to meet again. Brother, you are asking the wrong sub. I think she's being nice. But that's only guys thinking like a guy. Ask her out to eat. Make it clear you're only inviting her. Point out you're making reservations or something, and if she says, "Can I bring X, Y or Z?" just say no. Either you'll get your date and you both can see if you click in that setting, or she'll flake, in which case move on, cause either she's not interested or not ready to be tied down. Well, it maybe was just friends. Way back, that's kind of how I was with a group of females and a couple of guys we ran with. We did lots of outings and river days, rafting trips together. Then late in the fall, after a summer of all running together, one girl and I just suddenly realized we were doing most the same stuff. But it was just like she and I together. That was 42 years ago. We've been married 40 years next April. You have to compare her interactions to other people of the same sex. Pretty easy to assume she's not flirting. She showed up with a buffer between the two of you. Take the compliment and go on with your life. Hard to say from just that description. A lot of the cues are to if someone is flirting or just being friendly is in the body language. What did you do while hanging out? If it was the kind of activity where you're not necessarily spending all the time in proximity, it would be interesting to know if she seemed to often end up in your proximity anyways. That's usually an indicator that someone is interested. When I was your age, I just came to assume that everyone was just being nice. Does backfire because I found out years later that few girls were into me, but I was too stupid to realize it. But I've also had my fair share of getting friend zones after swearing that someone was into me, so I guess it's just life's greatest mystery, lol. You are young, so maybe you lack the experience of being around a girl that is really into you. My advice is not to give this kind of attention to a girl that is not feeling burning hot desire for you. Think about that a bit, burning hot desire. Don't settle for less. You don't. Different hormones each week will tell a different story from a different person. When she said you were buff, your response should have been, "I've been working out because I want to attract pretty girls like you." Or, "I've been working out so ugly girls stop talking to me." Looks like it's working so far. Give these ladies a thinker once in a while. That would probably turn her off. As would, "I'm working out because of the impending end of the world event. I'm readying myself to fight zombies. Chicks love zombies." Ask her. I would just assume it's flirting until you find out otherwise by asking her out. For example, she said her last day of work is Wednesday, so I asked if she'd wanna plan something after that. She just texted back and said, "Yay, sure." Should I maybe ask if it could be just the two of us or not yet? You could go direct with "do it's a date." But if she's complimenting your body, I think you're in. Just behave accordingly. I just thought her saying "I look good and buff" was kinda weird. I'm still out of shape. I don't think I've changed that much. What should I say? All I asked her is if she'd wanna do something, and she said "yay, sure." Should I do something with her and a group again, or ask if it could be just us? She rejected me when we were in high school, so IDK if I should ask again. She probably wants you sexually but not romantically. If you're fine with that, but sounds like setting yourself up for heartbreak, then just pull her aside or hold her back when walking with a group. You guys go on ahead. We'll catch up. Then you take her hands, look her dead in the eyes with a smile and say, "I know you didn't want me then, but I'm still into you. How do you feel about that?" Looking at her eyes and holding her hand will give you enough signals. Does she pull away right away, or let you keep holding her hands? Does she flush, smile or get a weird look in her eye? Then you'll know whether to pursue. But if you actually want a relationship, ask her out on a proper date, not to hang out. Actually say, "I'm taking you on a date." The worst she says is no, and you can move on. If she's only throwing out 2-word replies, she's not flirting. Alternatively, do the group thing and focus on her hottest friend. What you should do is wait, work hard, invest in property, focus on your career and future, and start dating at 26. When you are worth a miller, yeah, I'll have stripper quality P chasing you. When we hung out last time, it was only me, her, and another guy. Next time we do, it'll probably be me, Her and 2 other guys we are both friends with. She hasn't invited any girls to hang out. I just wanna know what it's like to date or be in a relationship. I'm about to be 19 and I've had less experience than probably most 13-year-olds.